I've returned to Scotland, so shall we have a debrief about America and the World Cup? Honestly, months, weeks, days before this trip, I was so close to cancelling everything. I was nervous about going back to America. But
And there we have it. A small little clip into what we have coming up in today's video about Europeans and how they thought America would be versus their actual lived experience being here for the World Cup. I'm enjoying all of these World Cup reactions, from the food to just the experience of the American people, to the land, everything. Like, I'm loving it. But that's what we want to talk about today. We want to talk about our perception as Americans, how we are shown on their medias in their home countries, so how they've been, you know, prepped, I should say, on what they thought they would experience here. I think some of them thought that they were going to get here and it was just going to be rudeness and violence in the streets. They would be running for their lives, afraid to be pew pew down or shot down um, at any moment. And let's see what the final verdict is. Let's go ahead and hop right in.
What I love about America so much is that they're so collaborative. They all want to hang out with each other. I love that. It's all about community. Look at this. July 4th parade and block party. That's just so nice. Why can't we do things like that in England? Why can't we get together, shut down the street and have a nice party? This is what the American dream's about. Everyone coming together and collaborating. Insane.
I thought that was really nice. I mean, because there is a lot of that here, a lot of get-togethers, gatherings, or as we would say here in Georgia in the South, we would say kickbacks. So there's a lot of that and a lot of impromptu kickbacks. Like, that was a definite planned one with the 4th of July holiday, but that's something that I've experienced. Living here in the South, I've experienced a lot of that during my time here. So yeah, I like that they like the concept of that. Let's check out the next one.
Et bonjour à tous. If one day you're planning to visit the US, be careful. Because you might have to stay way longer than you planned. Not because of the places, I mean, they have amazing places, but because of the people. I've lost count of how many Americans told me, for example, like, oh, if you go to Texas, let me know, I'll show you around. Or come to Florida, we have beautiful beaches, I'll show you. Or if you go to New York, let me know. Like, so crazy. People you've never met are willing to show you the places where they live, the city, and make sure you have a great time here in the US. And that's something that I really love about America. It's people are proud of where they live and they want you to experience the same. So they want to make sure you have a good time here and you have like great memories. And honestly, this is so cool because when you experience a country with the people that live here, it makes the experience so much different because they show you all the things that they have here. So you kind of live like a local, So it gives like a better experience.
And I love his take on that because, again, I've experienced that just living in the South, where when I had jobs where they were phone jobs and I was doing working with customers over the phone, and I would start chatting them up and get really cool with them, and they would invite me to their barbecues. I've been invited to family reunions. But I show myself friendly, right? So I show myself friendly first. But it's that, and that's from an American in America experience. So I could totally 100% back up what he's saying. And also too, the whole experiencing America with an American. I think that way when I am going to different coasts in America, different states. Just like once I do get to go to New Orleans, I'm going to go with one of my best friends who grew up there or grew up in Louisiana, so I'll get to experience it firsthand by a local. Same thing like when I went up to New York and visited, being able to be shown around by a New Yorker. Like, it's just, you get that quintessential experience. Not just a touristy experience, but something's off the beaten path, or you go where the locals go, not just a touristy thing. So agree with him on that 100%. Love that. I think that's absolutely hilarious because I feel that is probably exactly how a lot of the world leaders are sitting back like, man, all this togetherness and joy with all of our people coming together, different nations and countries all coming together and enjoying one another in America, showing each other a good time, enjoying the festivities, enjoying the games. Like, I'm sure there's some going on, but I love it. It's beautiful. It's showing you how everyone can bring their best selves to the table and just enrich and elevate each other's lives by doing that. So I love it.
American hospitality is on another level to the UK. In the UK, when you want to get served by someone in a shop or a restaurant, it feels like that they don't really want to be there, they don't really want to help you. In the US, it's almost unrealistic how much these people want to help you. And this has happened everywhere I've been. In a gun shop yesterday, I was so intrigued by guns, I wanted to shoot them. Silly enough, I thought that you could just go to any gun shop and there's a shooting range. That's not the case, but they still let me hold the guns, talk to me about them, spend some time showing me around the shop, and they gave me a little patch to commemorate me just going to the shop. Then getting the cowboy hat, everyone was super friendly. The guy stayed with me for ages, fitting it, helping me pick one, etc. It's incredible. And then the restaurants are another level as well. I've loved my time in America. All the people are just so friendly. Again, I think I just need to move here.
Wow, that's impactful. Like, that's huge. He's like, you know what? I just might need to move here. Like, that's how much he has been positively affected and impacted by his experience with Americans, with Texans especially. And that's where Texas is where I was born, and I have family and friends there. So definitely aware. And again, Texas is a part of the South, so I love that he got that hands-on Southern hospitality. Southern hospitality is chef's kiss, top tier. Love it 100%. But yeah, like, I don't know. That's definitely, the South's reputation precedes itself for sure. So, but no, he's all fitted out with his cowboy hat. Love it. He's having a good time. Such a good time that he's like, man, I just need to move here. But of course, like everywhere, he's like, oh, all of the, people, the service people are helpful. And that is generally the general consensus, because it's service based, so they work off of tips mainly, here in America. So when it's servers and waiters. So yeah, so kindness goes a long way with a server or whatever, but everybody has their bad days, right? But in general, service is good. You might catch somebody on an off day. We're all human, but I'm glad he had a great experience there in Texas.
I've returned to Scotland, so shall we have a debrief about America and the World Cup? Honestly, months, weeks, days before this trip, I was so close to cancelling everything. I was nervous about going back to America, but it turns out I had absolutely no reason to be. I cannot begin to explain the kindness that I was shown and that my fellow Scottish people were shown. Thank you to the FIFA volunteers. Honestly, fantastic characters and really made a great experience. I want to say thank you because in my experience, the organisation of this has been amazing. I heard horror stories about the Scotland and Haiti game. I was nervous for going to the stadium, but again, no reason to be nervous. I felt like the trains ran smoothly. It was not that bad. Free water being handed out, like just these little touches that actually just made such a difference. And everybody official that I encountered, as in police, military, TSA, airport staff, security, everything. They honestly were the most lovely people, and it was just an indication of what was to come. And my biggest thanks goes to the American people. Without you guys showing that sort of kindness, support, understanding, this World Cup wouldn't be the same. You guys have embraced it and embraced the visitors that are in your city, and honestly, it's gave me a revamp love for the American people. As someone who went solo, meant more to me than you might know. Makes me really want to come back and explore a lot more of what your country has to offer. Although this is a sweeping generalization, thank you, America, for being so kind to your visitors while we're here for the World Cup. I am looking at plans. I want to come back.
Wow, 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 wow. Like I could just feel the love beaming off of him from that video. And he told you firsthand that he was nervous, he was scared to come back, and he was just like, thinking the worst, not knowing what to expect or how his experience would be for the World Cup. And come to find out, he had the time of his life. He's like, he can't wait to come back, and that his experience across the board was good. I mean, for TSA crying out loud was kind. The police, the military, everybody was just helpful and welcoming. And I love to hear that, because we often highlight the not so great experiences, but the majority of people who are a part of these forces and these groups, they just want to do good at their jobs, do well at their jobs, and make a good living for their family. So they're not trying to be crazy, So I'm just glad that appropriately he was treated as a guest in our country and treated well. So much that he's looking forward to coming back, and that it's changed his perception and his view. It's like we got a rebranding going on out here, y'all. Like we're like, hey, there's not only what you might see portrayed on the media. There are other positive things and good things here. I mean, there has to be something good, right? We're all here. Many are visiting, you know what I mean? So it's just like, hey. But no, I hope you enjoyed those as much as I did. And of course, I will be back with even more World Cup reactions and more European and foreigners reacting to different things. The World Cup will be wrapping up in a couple of days, I believe on the 19th. So we got several more days before it's up. But again, I'm enjoying these. I hope you are too. And of course, I'm going to have other reactions going on. Love, sports, scams, whatever. Plenty more reactions on other pop culture things that I'll be reacting to on this channel. So thank you for tuning in. Of course, if you feel so inclined, do subscribe, and I'll be back with more content, keeping it going.